Good evening, students. After the first chapter of our history, that is nationalism in India, today I am going to start with English. I am going to take your 10th standard CBSE English 2, right? Now, students, for our 10th standard CBSE, the syllabus comprises of two textbooks. The first one is First Flight. This textbook comprises of 11 chapters and 11 poetries. I repeat, 11 chapters and 11 poetries. Sounds quite big, right? Huge. But don't worry, the lessons are very small and poetries are quite interesting. And the second textbook is Footprints Without Feet. What is the second textbook? Footprints Without Feet. This textbook comprises of very interesting 10 short stories. 10 short stories. Together we have got two textbooks for the entire academic year. Very interesting, but I would remind you, it's quite easy. And students, you know, when things get easy, student community at times takes it very lightly, but I would advise you to take it as an opportunity and get the maximum out of it. So what I want to say finally is quite possible to score good marks in English, and if I'm not exaggerating, each one of you sitting here is capable of scoring more than 70 on 80 in English. Trust me. The only thing you have to do is follow certain instructions, attend all the sessions carefully, stay focused and do the assignments regularly. Okay students, so wish you all the best for an interesting journey of your 10th standard English. Let's do it together. Yep. Today students, we are going to do a very interesting story. That is chapter number 2 in your book Footprints Without Feet. And what's the name of the story? The Thief's Story. So students, come on page number 8 of your textbook. Open page number 8 of your textbook. We're going to do very interesting story with a good message. And the story is The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. Yep. Ruskin Bond, children, I'll introduce the author, is an Anglo-Indian author. He writes a lot about nature, about animals and relations of pet or domesticated animals with respect to humans. But herein, in your 10th standard, he has for the first time maintained a human touch, completely human touch. And in the Thief's Story, he wants to highlight how human emotions can be understood when two human beings, strangers to be more precise, come in contact with each other. Let's do the Thief's Story. Student, in the story there are two main characters. One, Anil, a young man of 25 years. He is in the prime of his youth. And another is a young boy of just 15. The two main characters of the story, that is Anil and the young boy who is 15, right now in the beginning of the story he is taking the name Hari Singh. Why I said in the beginning of the story he is taking the name Hari Singh? Because he is accustomed to change his names again and again, once in every month. So the first line, I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Here I stands for who? The young boy who is 15 years old. And he says he met Anil for the first time. But what he is addressing himself as an experienced, though he is 15 years of age, he is experienced and a fairly successful hand. Underline the phrase fairly successful hand. Professional pickpocketer. What is the meaning of the phrase fairly successful hand? Professional pickpocketer. He's very good at picking up the pockets. He's a thief actually. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing. So Anil, physical characteristics, he is a very tall person, he's a lean youngster, quite handsome, and also in life he's easygoing. Underline the word, he looked easygoing. Easygoing is what? Anil is gullible. Gullible is a person who can be an easy victim or a soft target for a cunning thief like this young boy. Right? He's searching for some person whom he can loot. Kind and simple enough for my purpose. Further, the thief has spotted the target Anil, and from his facial expression, he finds that Anil is quite kind person. He's a simple looking man. Enough for his purpose. And what is the purpose? Of theft. So right now, he has made a very evil plan of thieving poor Anil. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into young man's confidence. Underline the phrase hadn't had much luck of late. These days, for past few days, this young boy of 15 years of age was quite unlucky. Means he could not find any victim, and he had not been successful in robbing anybody for past few days. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. So you see students, this young boy, to start the conversation with Anil, a stranger, what does he address Anil as? A wrestler. Anil is having a wrestler like looks. And he also further adds, if you really want to get in touch with a person or want the person's to win the person's confidence, you should apply little flattery, false praise. What is flattery? False praise. So do you, he replied, which put me off for a moment, because at that time I was rather thin. But Anil also quickly remarked, so do you, means you, hey young boy, you also look like a wrestler. But this took this youngster by a guard. He became suddenly shocked because he inside himself knew that he was a very thin boy. He was only 15 years of age, right? And where do the wrestlers stand? They are quite physically strong. So he found that there was some sarcasm in Anil's tone. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. But this youngster did not want to break in conversation with Anil. So he said what? Humbly. Modestly means what? Humbly. I do wrestle a bit. Right? Thoda sa. I do wrestling also some days. What's your name? Now who is asking that? Anil, right? Of course. Anil is asking, what's your name? Hari Singh. Boy said what? Hari Singh. I lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police and my former employers. So you see, this boy is very cunning. Just 15 years of age. It seems the life has taught him a lot. He has learned some bitter lessons in the journey called life. And because he is a thief, and thieves have to be very careful, they have to not only dupe the people in the society, but at the same time they have to be keeping themselves away from the police. So what did he say? He took a new name every month, and he kept this helping him to keep away from the police and the employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting little, lifting and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. So Anil was busy watching the wrestling match. He was not avoiding the youngster altogether, but he was more keen in finishing the match he had come to see, right? But after the match was over, Anil tried to walk away from the crowd. But this youngster, Hari Singh, to be more precise, right now is the name Hari Singh, right? He followed Anil casually. Casually means what? Showing that I am not with some strong intent trying to follow you. Just casually walked behind him. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. Underline the word appealing. Appealing stands for what? Engaging. engaging personality, the smile which attracts one. I want to work for you, I said, but I can't pay you. Hari Singh is seeking some work at Anil's place. But Anil right now is in some financial crisis. So what Anil answers, but I can't pay you. I thought for over a minute, perhaps I had misjudged my man. I asked, can you feed me? Now this youngster is very quick. He doesn't want to lose Anil, a soft target. So he feels inside a creepy feeling that if Anil says he can't pay me and he doesn't takes him along to his home, the chances are of losing this kind and maybe a simpleton. So he asks another question to Anil. Can you feed me? At least can you give me some food? So Anil asks him, children, can you cook? I can cook. I lied again. So this young boy is very clever. He wants to somehow hold the situation. He is not only a thief but also a very good actor. He is very good at even lying. God knows he knew really to cook or not, right? We'll see. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. So Anil gives him an offer. If you can cook, then I can feed you.